What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be my fashion predictions for 2025. Now, I completely understand we're already into March 2025, so this video is 3 months late, maybe 4 months late, but honestly, I just thought it'd be a fun, interesting video to do. I did a little bit of research. I don't know what you would call it then. I think predictions still make sense for fashion trends that are going to continue all through 2025, especially since summer, we're starting to go into the springtime. Summertime's coming up, so next time I'll do it definitely much earlier. But either way, let's jump straight into it. I feel like the overarching theme to 2025 is heading more the direction of simplistic and more effortless style, while of course mixing in bold statements and timeless essentials. Now, with that said, I do want to quickly state before we just jump into the first trend that this is all subjective, right? When it comes to trends that people are participating in, you don't have to participate in any of these. You don't even have to like any of these, or maybe you disagree with me, don't feel like these are in at all. Whatever the case may be, it's your personal preference. My personal preference could be completely different, could be similar, but the main point is just to give you some inspiration on maybe some trends that you could participate in, take bits and pieces from those trends, or completely avoid those trends. But with that said, let's go into trend number one, and that's going to be plaid. Plaid patterns are definitely making a strong comeback in 2025. As I just mentioned, I've seen them on shirts, jackets, and even trousers, which I've never seen, or not that I've never seen, but haven't seen them as popular as they are now. A simple way to mix the plaid without clashing is sticking to more neutral plaid colorways for a more subtle look, or the opposite, go with an extremely bold plaid, flannel, overshirt, shirt, trousers, whatever, right? And use neutral pieces around that bold piece to emphasize it and still have a structured outfit. The plaid pattern is definitely versatile. There is a blazer with a plaid pattern that obviously can be dressed up, more elevated looks. And then a more dressed down casual look would be a plaid flannel, for example. One thing about the plaid pattern to remember is that it could look outdated or too busy if it's overdone. More is not always better. Keep it simple and you won't have an issue. Oh yeah, quick pro tip. For those of you, and I know some of you guys will be able to relate to this, because you've had, let's say, flannels from the past that you have kept in your wardrobe. I know I have, and mine were way too long. Like, they came all the way down to my thigh. I've changed. Obviously, my personal style has grown from when I've been wearing those, or when I was wearing those back then, where I did wear them just like that. But now in 2025, and you guys may already seen it in other videos, I don't like anything really past my waist unless I'm meaning to, like a extreme oversized overshirt, for example, right? But most of my pieces or most of my tops, I do want to kind of sit at my waist. That way it does give me a better silhouette, in my opinion, obviously. So for those of you that kind of can relate to me in that way, if you take your flannels and you crop them, don't crop them too much though, because a lot of the time the material, depending on what material your flannel is, it could curl up or come up a little higher than you originally wanted to, because you cut a little bit too much. So keep that in mind and make room for that by giving yourself a little bit more fabric than what you originally want to cut. My main tip that I'm trying to get at is just try and crop your flannel if you're, once again, wanting that boxy aesthetic. That's what I did with one of mine, or most of mine, if not all of mine, and I'm wearing them a lot more. So quick pro tip, if you guys already have some that you don't really like the way they fit, it's okay to crop your flannel. You can do it yourself, or you can go to a tailor to do it for you. Me personally, I like to do it myself just because I get the frayed ends, and I just feel like that kind of gives it a more rugged look. But yeah, that's a quick tip for you guys to recycle your old clothes in your room if you don't wear them for whatever reason. Trend number two, above the knee. Shorter shorts are becoming a fashion-forward staple nowadays, especially in the year of 2025. It creates a cleaner, more tailored silhouette. The reason fit and proportions matter is because baggy shorts can look sloppy, while the fitted shorts or above the knee shorts enhance leg definition, right? Especially for those that really train their legs and take their physique very seriously. This is a plus, right? It will show off and showcase the hard work you've been putting in the gym by implementing this trend. I have been implementing this trend for, I think, the last, I don't even know how long. It's been forever. I don't really like shorts going past my knee ever, to be honest. I just don't think it looks good. It makes me look shorter. But do keep in mind, that doesn't mean you shouldn't wear shorts past your knee or it's a rule to do that. Personal preference. For me, for you, for whoever, right? There's a trend, obviously, another one that especially last year was very popular, and that was jorts. Oversized, loose fit jorts. Now, if you're looking for that aesthetic, those, as you can tell, are all past the knee. And I think those outfits look great. Me personally, I don't own any jorts past the knee. I'm not a huge fan of the jorts, just on me personally. So I decided to skip that trend. But that's an example, a perfect example, that you can still wear shorts past the knee and it makes you look great. It's just all about how you style it and personal preference once again. Me personally, when I'm referring to above the knee, it's just to, it's kind of like a different aesthetic, right? Showcase your legs, give you a different silhouette where you elongate your legs, show off your hard work in the gym with your legs. And it's just a great trend in my opinion. I'll definitely be implementing. I'm a huge fan of this one going into spring, summer 2025. Now, one thing to remember is that obviously it's not ideal for colder seasons. So this is going to be perfect going into summer 2025. And I actually personally never liked when my shorts went past my knee. I feel like they were too short. It made me feel a little uncomfortable, but that was way back then. So you never know. Give it a try and maybe you'll like it. Trend number 3, polo season. The classic polo shirt has gotten a revamp with shorter sleeves and a more structured fit, which is causing huge trend. Carrying over from last year, 2024, into 2025. This is staying, and I've already seen it many different places, and I'm starting to see more of the online retailers add more of these type of pieces, different colorways, patterns, getting ready for summer 2025. Simple way to elevate the outfit is going to be to add or pair the polo with a high-waisted pair of trousers and tuck in the polo, and that will give you a elevated vintage vibe. Or pair them up with a loose straight cut denim jean for a more casual look. The great thing about the modern polos is that it's more elevated than a regular t-shirt, but it's still casual. One thing to remember about the modern style polo, in most cases it is a little bit more fitted to the body, which can feel restrictive for those of you that like more loose fit styles, which kind of includes me. For those of you that have watched my videos in the past, I continue to mention the boxy oversized fit. That's just kind of what I'm into right now. So even though I like the way these outfits look and the way these are styled, and I'm a big fan of some of these that are more neutral, I still kind of prefer the more oversized fit. So I'll participate, but not as much as most people do. I do own a fitted gray polo. I just, to be honest, haven't really worn it for a very long time. So I'm definitely going to be participating in this trend into 2025. I do feel like there's a lot of inspiration out there on how to style the modern polo, more casual or even more elevated. And that's going to be great, especially for vacations. This is an easy way to throw a couple in your luggage and just be elevated or have a more elevated look during your vacation in those more tropical vacation areas. Trend number 4, pastel palette. Soft pastel colors are a big trend, especially going into summer 2025. Soft pastels like strawberry, lemon yellow, pistachio green, or even lavender purple that are definitely going to be popular in a more muted tone. One of my favorite and one of the biggest online retailers, Uniqlo, is actually already implementing this in their websites for one of the most popular and my personal pick for oversized t-shirts, especially for the summertime. Honestly, not even summertime. It's just overall perfect t-shirt in my opinion. The Airism oversized tee. I'm sure you guys have heard of it already. But they have already pre-ordered, or not pre-launched is the correct term, their new oversized colors that are going to be releasing late March, I believe, from the time of this video. And in there you can see there's a soft yellow, there's a soft lavender, there is a strawberry pink. I think that may have already been there. But you can see those trends taking place in the retailer shop or the retailer space online. The key to wearing pastels is to balance them with neutral tones, or you can go full monochrome and get a clean aesthetic. These colors just kind of give you like a fresh, stylish look, perfect for spring, summer. Now, one thing to remember is that these pastel colors can wash out lighter skin tones if not paired correctly. But 99% of the time, you don't really have to worry about that. Trend number 5, floral prints. I've seen more floral patterns taking place on the online retailer shops and online retailers across the board, which I feel like it's a more sophisticated, more masculine, I don't know if these are the correct terms to describe what I'm trying to say, but it's just kind of like a an update to the floral pattern that is taking place for 2025. When it comes to styling the floral patterns, you can go with darker floral patterns for more of a bold look, or layer the floral pattern under a overshirt to go with more of a subtle look. The great thing about floral patterns is that it adds a fun and a unique touch to your outfits. It just kind of like brightens everything up, leading to more of a statement in your outfit. One thing to remember is that this can be too bold for those who prefer more minimalist styles, and that is actually applicable to me. You will never really see me, well, I'm not going to say that, because I have worn floral patterns in the past, and I'm not saying they don't look good. Just me and my personal style right now, I'm not a fan of the floral prints, at least as of right now. Maybe that could change later on going into 2025. Maybe I decide to try it out. But as of right now, just thinking about it and just kind of from my personal preferences, I don't really like, or I'm not a big fan of the floral patterns personally. I just feel like I kind of fall into that. I don't know. I just feel like it's too bold for me. It's a little bit too much going on. Even though I try and pair it with neutrals, you know, for the rest of my outfit, I feel like, I don't know, it's something about it where it's a little bit too much for me. But not to say I haven't seen a bunch of different great outfits out there styling this floral pattern that maybe I can take some inspiration from to then implement it into my style. Because at the end of the day, I feel like it'll be a great piece going into 2025 for the summertime. All right, now let's go into trend number 6, the preppy aesthetic. The return of the preppy aesthetic, or the preppy style, features tailored blazers, loafers, and structured silhouettes. Some key preppy essentials going into spring-summer 2025 are going to be sweater vests, loafers, and Oxford shirts. Now, I do want to be transparent real quick. I personally don't own a pair of loafers yet. The reason I say yet is because I do plan on picking some up. It was just a little bit outside my comfort zone at first. And this is what I'm talking about. Your style just continues to evolve over time, especially if you're actually like into it and you care about clothes, right? And just in general, your style. For those of you that don't, then obviously I don't know why you're watching this video. That's something I would have never even like thought of in my head back then, that what I would even want to purchase, buy, style, or anything. But now definitely want to pick some up. So if you guys have any recommendations, definitely appreciate it if you comment below some recommendations for me and just any other person that's watching this video that's also in the same position looking for recommendations. But anyway, back to my original point. Another point I want to make on the Oxford shirts is that you can go obviously with a more fitted preppy look, but then you can also completely turn it on its head and go from a preppy aesthetic with a more fitted, a more fitted shirt, and go from a more fitted Oxford shirt to an extreme oversized Oxford shirt. And I'm not saying go 4 or 5 sizes above your normal one to get that aesthetic. There's actually brands, I don't remember, I have some that I'll have to go look at to see what brands I picked them up from, but they come in an extreme oversized fit on purpose for these type of shirts. And I feel like you can use them as layers or just as a single standalone piece to get a different silhouette. The oversized loose fit, especially during the summertime where it's flowy vacation vibes. So many different ways you can go about this. That's the direction I plan to take it, is more of a flowy, oversized, boxy Oxford shirts during the summertime. But the great thing about the Oxford shirts, or this style in general, is that it's polished and sophisticated. It definitely works well in business casual settings. Like for those of you that work corporate, you own your own business, you work in an office. Easy way to stand out and look professional, elevated, but still casual at the same time. One thing to remember is that it can look too formal or old school if not styled correctly in different settings. But then again, if you feel like it looks good, then wear it anyways. I definitely encourage you guys to experiment with these trends, keeping in mind your personal style. Now I want to hear from you guys. What trends do you love and what trends are you going to skip on? Let me know in the comments below. Trend number 7, the new essential, tank tops. The classic white cotton tank has become a key layering piece. I would argue, in my opinion, this is the most important, the most versatile, the priority in everyone's wardrobe. Most comfortable piece. I feel like nowadays it's a requirement. This is the one piece that if you don't have, or you're not using or styling with your personal style right now, you're definitely missing out. This is the key piece to layering. You can layer with oversized shacket, you can layer with a jacket, you can layer with a plaid shirt, a flannel, a standalone piece. It's literally infinite possibilities with the white tank top. you need this piece. So not only is the white tank top a great layering piece, it is also perfect for the hot summer days that are coming up. Now, I will say I am a huge advocate for fitness, getting your body right, getting in shape, eating healthy, feeling better. So I will always say that one of the biggest things that has changed my personal style or my confidence, self-esteem in the clothes I'm wearing is fitness. I will continue to say that till the end of time. When I got into better shape, and better shape doesn't mean you have to be jacked, take steroids, be huge, bodybuilder, just a healthy physique, it will skyrocket your self-esteem. Trust me, like sure you can get the perfect fit, you can tailor your clothes with the tailor, all of your clothes, you can get them tailored to your specific body type. And yes, that will definitely do a lot for the way your clothes look on you and the way it makes you feel. But there is nothing that will beat you having or you feeling comfortable with your own physique and clothing. It kind of goes hand in hand, in my opinion. I truly do believe that because I've been through it personally. I hadn't been in the best shape in the past, right? I didn't really care too much for it. But then it got to a point where I was not comfortable whatsoever being transparent. Like one of the things that I will always remember is that I couldn't even wear a white t-shirt just because I didn't like the way it looked on me. So at that point in time, that's one of the biggest things that like sparked change for me and led me to being a huge advocate for fitness. It completely changed my life. And I know I'm kind of going like way overboard or I'm like going too deep into this, but this is because it truly did change my life. Something as simple as getting into better shape made me feel better, made me wear more clothing. I never would have wore that white t-shirt unless I took that step. And then that led me to experimenting more, different trends, more fitted stuff that I would never have worn before, now more loose fit. It just opened up a bunch of different doors for me in my personal style that I will always recommend to you guys is really focus on that. And not only once again will it make you feel better, which is most important honestly, but it will also make you look better. But wrapping up my tangent, if you get in a better physique and you want to show off all the hard work you've been putting in the gym, your diet, everything, white tank, especially during the summertime, it's an essential, it's a need. It's probably going to be the easiest way to stand out and put great outfits together is a standalone tank top. So I'm in the middle of my cut right now. It's not too late. Once again, it's mid-March, probably when this video is going up. You have about 3, maybe 4 months of summer or of time before summer gets here. So if you lock in right now, I promise you, I'm not saying if you kind of lock in, here and there I'll eat the way I'm supposed to, and then I'm gonna no, if you actually lock in for the next 3 to 4 months before summer, you will thank me later, I promise you. You still have time, so start now. Moving on to trend number 8, cozy and stylish, oversized cardigans. Chunky oversized cardigans are taking over both as a oversized and comfortable fit and also a statement piece. One of the best ways to style these oversized chunky cardigans is to create balance in the silhouette with fitted trousers or straight fit, loose fit denim, just to once again create an aesthetic that's balanced. Not only is your outfit going to be warm and stylish, it's also going to add texture to your outfits, making it more interesting to look at. Now, one thing to remember is just kind of be careful with how oversized it is, just because if you're a little shorter or a little of a smaller frame, you can have like a, what's the term? It can kind of like swallow you up. I don't even know if that's the correct term for it, but just being careful with the sizing is very important. I've actually been on this trend for a while now. Actually probably 1 or 2 years now. The first time I've ever seen an oversized cardigan, I believe, was from Uniqlo. Yes, it was Uniqlo, and I still have it to this day. It's a green one. It's an oversized cardigan that I completely fell in love with. It's just, the reason why is because I'm big into the, once again, oversized silhouettes and the cozy, comfy look. So I picked it up, haven't stopped picking some up since. That's still my favorite though, just because it's a balanced weight. What I mean by that is I personally, do not like the very thin cardigans that are like really thin. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Mine need to be oversized and chunky, like a more of a heavyweight, mid-heavyweight material where it feels kind of like a, I don't even know how to explain it, but you guys know what I'm saying. You see the difference between those very thin cardigans that are like barely like a shirt, and then the thick cardigans that are like more heavyweight. Those are the ones I personally go to, and the ones I'm referring to that I would recommend for those of you that are looking for more of that cozy, the structured vibe. There's so many brands out there that provide both, but I personally enjoy the more chunky fit. Trend number 9, workwear everywhere. Literally. Workwear inspired fashion is literally everywhere. It's on the rise. It's been on the rise on social media. It's funny enough, actually, I posted a video styling some carpenter pants. Looking back at that outfit, it wasn't good. It was pretty funny actually. I don't even know how I got the style in that outfit. But anyway, I posted it. It's hilarious just because when I posted it, I got a bunch of hate because of how I styled the Carhartt pants at the time, which by the way is a horrible fit as I mentioned. But the reason I got a lot of hate is because it's funny because the people that are in that field of work were saying you've never worked a day in my life, you've never worked a day in your life, take those off, like all this stuff that I thought was hilarious. I don't take this personal, okay? The reason why is because they don't know what I've done before. They don't know my field of work. They don't know what I've done in my past, my jobs, things of that nature. That's another thing to tell you guys is don't take anything. If you post on social media or you want to post, don't take things personally. People are just gonna comment and hate for no reason, and you just simply have to ignore that. I just thought I'd throw that in there for this piece of or this trend, because even though now looking back at that outfit, I think it was horrible. It was funny that people truly cared that much about me putting on some clothes, posting it online, and like I bothered them so much that they had to type a mean or a hate in my comments. I don't know how people's mind were. I've never in my entire life typed out a hate comment to anyone. Even if I didn't like something that they posted, I'm not gonna go out of my way and type, like, I don't know why people do that, but either way, just wanted to throw that in there. I thought it was funny. But the great thing about workwear is that it's literally what it's made for. Durable and practical. It gives you that rugged aesthetic. It's also perfect for daily wear. These types of pieces will last you a very long time. And they also get better over time, right? The wear and tear on the clothing, it just makes it look even better over time. So that's so many different things that are great about workwear that I'm a big fan of. To go along with that trend number 10, wide leg, loose fit, baggy jeans. The skinny jean era is fading. The loose, baggy, more relaxed fit is taking over for a more streetwear inspired look. The way I like to personally style these pairs of pants is with a chunky sneaker or a rugged boot, and then paired up with a boxy oversized top to create balance and create a silhouette that I prefer in the outfit. I just feel like that gives like a laid back, effortless vibe to the fit. One thing to remember is though it can look sloppy if you style it incorrectly or it's too oversized for your frame. So just make sure you pay attention to things like that just to not get swallowed up, and make sure that your silhouette looks the way you want it to. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys again, I encourage you guys to try out some of these trends, pick out bits and pieces from them, and implement it into your own personal style. Let me know in the comments what trend you're most excited for in 2025, and I'll see you guys next time.